It is May 4th, 2020, a Monday. Still working up here in the fallout shelter. I've got my secretary, Willow. Oh, Willow is shedding like crazy. She's not very good at answering phones either. And I've noticed something. This is a new battery in the camera. I say new, but it's one of the extra batteries that came with the camera. And I charged it, and it is only at, I'd say 75%. And that's after the charger said that it was done charging, so maybe this battery just isn't all that great. But since I've got Willow on my lap, it has reminded me of a topic that I wanted to discuss some time ago. I see 3 reasons why going back to work in the somewhat normal sense is going to be a little difficult for me. First of all, I don't think the normal sense is ever going to be the normal sense that it used to be. I think there will be a new normal. But as normal as it could possibly be, where I'm no longer working from my attic. So the first reason is I don't know, maybe not as much in reality as it is in my head, but I wonder if I'm going to have a hard time adjusting going back into the wild. You know what I mean? Is it going to be difficult? I don't know, but I wonder. So that's the first reason. You know, right now I get up, I make a pot of coffee, I come upstairs, I fire everything up, and I'm ready to go for the day. Don't have to worry about trimming my beard as much as I used to. Hell, I probably don't even ever have to shower ever again, although my wife would not appreciate that. So I don't know. My fear is it's going to be difficult to go back to work because of that reason. The second reason is a bit of like a conspiracy theory. Maybe it's a little out there, but a lot of people's jobs are not going to survive this lockdown. Maybe even mine. I'm hoping mine survives. But for a lot of people, they're going to remain unemployed when I am now going back to my job. And right now, there's always a car in the driveway. Well, what's going to happen when there's no longer a car in the driveway? You know, I wonder if home break-ins are going to be on the rise. You know, people are going to be a little bit desperate. Maybe they're patrolling neighborhoods, and then all of a sudden they see that there's no longer a car in the driveway, and it's like, okay, well, let's go see. Maybe this person has food, you know. Maybe they have some money lying around. Maybe they got some stuff that we can sell or whatever. And it also makes me nervous because I'll be leaving Willow at home alone, and I don't want anything bad to happen to her, you know. Again, that's a bit of a conspiracy theory. But the third reason why it might be a little difficult for me to, you know, to go back to work, at least at first, is actually Willow. She has grown accustomed to me being here all the time. I have a little bed for her that's down behind me. And if she's not on my lap, she's in that bed. She doesn't spend a whole lot of time downstairs in the rest of the house when I'm working. Which is really weird because when both my wife and I are at home, she spends a lot of time hiding under couches and sitting underneath the dining room table, not really being around us. But if I were to go downstairs and eat lunch, she's downstairs. And a lot of times she's jumping up on the couch. But whenever I'm up here, this is where she likes to be. And I was nervous about going to work right after we got her. We got her on a Saturday, midday. And so we had the second half of Saturday and all of Sunday to spend with her. And then going to work on Monday, I was really nervous. I was afraid to leave her alone, you know, so I made sure to come home at lunchtime. And I did that like 2 or 3 days in a row until I finally decided, all right, she's probably okay by herself. We'll just forego coming home at lunch. So I foresee it being that way. When I go back to the office, I foresee me wanting to come home at lunchtime 2 or 3 days in a row or whatever, because I'm just worried about her. I'm afraid that she's going to be lonely and sad. So yeah, those are 3 reasons that I can think of right off the top of my head that it might be a little difficult at first for me to go back into the wild. Maybe none of those reasons are really anything to worry about, but those are the reasons. Well, I think it is about time for me to get my work day started, so I'm going to do that. And I've got my little secretary here to help me. She's adorable.